Reginald Ford, a bachelor, gives up all his spare time to look after his widowed mother. For his mother, life is agreeable, although she knows her demands are selfish. Between them, they epitomize a conflict which may confront us all at some time.
She needs somebody to... she can't lift her arms above her head, you see, and she has to have somebody perhaps to put her frock on. Oh, incidentally, I do put her elastic stockings on in the morning, and very often her corsets and personal things like that. And at weekends, I put all her clean clothes on and dress her completely on Saturdays and Sundays. And I have to tend to her and see that she has her clean clothes, so on.
When you come home in the evenings after work, does your mother like you to stay with her?
Oh, my goodness, yes. She's become absolutely possessive. She is perfectly happy if I'm sitting with her, literally sitting with her. But if I wander about the house or come into another room or have a friend in, she becomes very difficult, very jealous, and very difficult indeed, and would play me absolute hell afterwards.
And so you'll just remember the good bits, will you?
Oh yes, I think I shall remember the happier days of life, and not this rather dark, shadowy period.
Well, that's a great strength of mind in itself.
Well, one has to get one's strength from somewhere.
Where do you get it from?
The knowledge that I've done my best for my mother and that one day I shall be able to do what I want to do. I don't wish her dead. I don't wish her to die quickly in order to release me. But I get my strength, I think, from having a few good friends and a love of the countryside and being able to occasionally to be with my friends and get out into the country and relax a little. But one does go along from day to day. It's like dangling a carrot in front of a donkey.
Now, he's your only unmarried son, isn't he?
Right.
What would you have liked to have seen him do in life?
Hmm?
What would you have liked to see him do in his life?
Well, I like him as he is. And being along with me. That's the only one I've got.
Do you think it's an unmarried son's duty to stay with his mother?
Yes, I think so. I think so. I wouldn't like him to be away from me.
Do you ever wonder if maybe he's given anything up in order to stay with you?
No. I think so.
Well, I wonder if perhaps he might have got married.
He might have done. I'm glad he didn't. That's selfish, isn't it?
Now, you see, you're in a difficult situation because you're old, Mrs. Ford, and you need a lot of help, and your son gives it to you. And all he's complaining about, really, is that he wants a bit more life of his own.
No, but that's a direct question, Mother. Why don't you give a direct answer? I mean, why can't you see that I want a little more private life? I want to be...
You have it, don't
I
you?
do not. This is the whole point. I do not have any private life at all.
You do as you like. You have your friends.
But I want to go out.
Oh, no,
I want to go out. I don't want to stay here. I want to go out to a theatre or a cinema.
Oh, go, by all
But I
means.
cannot because you won't be left alone. And I cannot always arrange for somebody to come in and stay with you the whole time.
Answer that now.
This-
Would you like to be me then?
That really isn't the problem.
I wonder if you'd like it.
I would accept it,
No,
Mother.
you
Or
wouldn't.
if I
You're
ever,
too selfish. No, I wouldn't.
if I ever get to your age, I shouldn't expect one person to devote his or her life to me. I should gladly go into a home and be looked after by the people who are there.
Well, I don't
whose
want to
job
go
it
in a
is.
home, but-
I know you don't. But you're forcing yourself into a home because you won't cooperate with me.
There's probably no harder test of family loyalty than when one person sacrifices their life to look after another. Sometimes the situation is as happy as it can be, but even so, especially for the one doing the looking after, the monotony takes its toll, the dreary hum of daily life with no relief in sight other than the cheerless one of death. Margaret Bourne gave up a successful career in midwifery to look after her retired clergyman father. Both believe they've mastered the art of making life easier for the other. But still, for Miss Bourne, the bitter sweetness of the life she believes in can't stop her imagining sometimes the life she might have had. Apart from all the physical things she has to do for her father, does he make emotional demands on her too?
I have a professional friend in Bournemouth who feels very strongly about this and is always advising me to put my father into some sort of a home. And he says, look what it's done to you, you're not the girl you were at all, and so on. But I'm afraid I can't agree. I don't think it would be right. After all, he's given so much, not only to his family, but to the community at large. And if I can't, as one representative of the community as well as a representative of the family, look after him in his old age, I think it would be a very poor thing. Why should he be made to suffer at this stage?
What do you do about this problem of feeling a burden? How do you make it easier for the person looking after you?
Well, by trying to meet them in every possible way.
How do you do that?
Well, I don't know. I try and fit in with their arrangements. And I'd rather have, say, if she wants one television program, I want another. I don't let her know that I want the other.
How do you feel as a father to see your daughter giving up her career in order to look after you?
Well, you rather feel that I feel a bit sad about that. I mean, I can't bear to think I'm hindering her in any way. I mean, that's bound to be when you're very fond of your children. You don't want to be a burden on them, though she never makes you feel a burden, but after all, you must be, you know.
Is there any alternative there?
Well, there isn't. The only other alternative would be to go into a home for aged clergy. Anything more miserable than that, I can't imagine.